Welcome to this week of Beanie and the Boom, the podcast, man. We got a very special guest on this week. This dude is all world, will forever be a legend in the great state of Ohio. Does some amazing things on the football field, does even greater things off the football field. Braxton Miller, man, what's the word, brother?
Man, I'm in town just chilling with the family, get some time off, man. Finally, season long. Glad to be back, man. My boy Boom, what's up with it, man?
What's up, bro, man? We've been trying to get you on here for the last couple of weeks.
I know, I'll be on the
couple
move.
months. hey, I understand, man. You got a lot going on, and now that you got a little downtime with the off season, man, we're glad to finally get you in here, brother.
Yeah, man, it feels good though. Just taking care of the body right now. Taking my son to school, picking him up every day. That's the thing that makes me, feel great at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So.
No doubt, man. The father and family first. I mean,
y'all two guys. Y'all set an example.
But that's a beautiful thing, man, to be able to, like you said, take your kids back and forth to school, be at games, be at practices. And what people don't really realize is a lot of times when you're a professional athlete, you got so much going on, you don't really get a chance to do those things until the offseason comes about.
Yeah. Right.
And, you're back here in Ohio. Obviously, we know you bounced around a little bit, Houston, Philly.
Yep.
But you're back here, Ohio. Is Ohio home?
Oh, yeah, it's home for sure. It's comfortable, man. I like to be here, especially when I go back home, man. It's perspective. When I go back, it's like, how far I came as a man, as a person, as how deep I am right now, in the Lord of the book,
right.
The Bible and stuff, just learning spiritual life and all that stuff too. So, it's home, man. It's grounded, for sure.
That's one thing I can say about you, B, man. Even, you coming in as a freshman my last year at Ohio State. When I first met you, I was like, man, this dude is very humble. He kind of quiet.
Yeah.
He's, blue collar type guy. Like just he's a definitely Trussell type guy. With all the fame and all the, all the stuff that came with it, man. I think you became a great young man, man.
Yeah, man. Let's learn that from my pops, because he was in the Army.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, he was in the Army. So,
yep.
So he retired and all that stuff back in the day. But, just learning from him at a young age and just learning from him. It teach me on and up, and the morals of life, morals of being a man too. Right. So that's where I look at it from.
Yeah. I want to get into, what made you, obviously you were a highly big time recruit. You probably could have went to anywhere, any school in the world.
Yeah.
What led you to coming to Ohio State?
Man, I say watching when I was young. It really did it for me when I was watching Miami. The Miami game, was it 2002?
Yeah,
2002.
How old were you then?
10?
Because I was in 8th grade.
I was like 10. Yeah, I was young.
Yeah.
So I was young, yeah. But that did it for me, man. Coming up here for the camps and stuff, my dad put me in like, the higher up camps and like the age group wise. And ever since I've been coming up here periodically, things been working out well. Learning with Coach Tress. He's been on my back, man, since he first seen me in I was like in 7th grade. Came up here as like with the 12th graders. You know what I'm saying. The little one day camp with the 12th graders.
Right.
And that's when he seen me, and that's when he got a little eye on me, and that's when my dad started talking to him back and forth, and we just kept in contact since then. You know, and it worked out pretty well. He offered me after my freshman year. Went into my sophomore year in the summer.
Damn.
That's
That's an early offer.
It was early, man. In Cincinnati, they offered me my freshman year. So Coach Trey like, oh wow, they offered you. It's time to go now. You know what I mean?
Speaking of y'all, because both of y'all Beans was like the number one running back in the nation. You was top 5, whatever you was, man.
Yeah.
When did you get your first scholarship?
I didn't get my first scholarship to the end of my sophomore year. I got it from the University of Akron.
I remember you telling me, okay.
Shit, I was ready to commit, too. Right. I got a scholarship. I'm going to Akron. This is where I'm going. I don't care about nothing else.
Right.
This is where I'm going. When you really go back and you look at that time period, was there anybody else in the country that almost swayed you to going elsewhere outside Ohio State?
I say, man, Coach Meyer, he was in Florida at the time, man. It worked out for the best because I always wanted to play for him.
Right.
The way he coached, the way them guys go out there and just, dominate their opponent, and that's what I wanted to do. And yeah, he was there. He came at the last second though, like 11th, 12th grade. But I always committed when I was like in 8th grade anyway. So it is what it is. But it worked out for the best.
So obviously you have that relationship with Urban Meyer already from him recruiting you. Then what was it like? Obviously, I want to run a little bit more. What was it like coming in and obviously playing your freshman year, especially where you got a situation and you guys didn't get a chance to play together, right?
Yeah, that was my big brother.
But you had a situation. You played in the turmoil season with Coach Fickle. I mean, was that hard when you got to Ohio State?
Hell yeah,
thinking
that
hard.
Oh man,
but thinking that, you know what, I'm about to play for Jim Tressel. Then all of a sudden he's gone and no longer the coach.
Yeah, man, that was my guy, man. That was my guy since I was in 8th grade. So it worked. I mean, my first year, you know, I wanted to play, but I didn't want to play. It was like 50-50.
You wanted to learn.
I wanted to learn from behind TP. And, you know, that tragic situation happened, so I had to step up. I'm like, oh, man, I'm starting to play backyard football because I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, so I'm out there playing. You know, I'm just under his wing in depot. He took me underneath his wing when I was a freshman, man. So big praise to him, man. To this day, man, he look out for me, man. So that's what it is.
No doubt. Speaking of TP, man, I mean, how was it, you know, with you coming in knowing that, okay, I'm going to be able to learn from, you know, Terrell Pryor? Like,
yeah.
What were your expectations, like, you know?
Just learning, man. This how to get in that film room. That was one of my biggest keys because in high school, man, I really didn't like the film room, to be honest. So I had to learn that curve of, you know, being in there as a quarterback and, you know, being a leader of the team and how to learn to watch film with the team and, you know, get the guys on your own time and do it with them and, you know what I'm saying, just go in by yourself too. And that was one of the biggest things I wanted to learn.
Now, you're obviously labeled as one of the, not just quarterbacks, but one of the greatest players, probably top 5 players to ever come through Ohio State in terms of what you were able to do. And this is grouping all guys together, running backs, quarterbacks, defensive guys.
Yeah.
I mean, you're one of the top 5 guys legitimately to ever come through here. And then you were able to do some great things at the quarterback position. But I want to dive into the season that you guys had in which you guys went undefeated and you weren't able to kind of advance and go to the national championship because we were under the suspension here. That was Urban's first year.
Yep.
I remember you had
Sophomore
a crazy year that year.
Man.
Take us through that mentality for the team that season, because here you are balling. Here you guys are winning a bunch of games. Urban Meyer's first year, but you guys are on a probationary period to where you can't advance and play in postseason play. I mean, was it hard to get up on a weekly basis, or was it like, fuck it, we're going out here and balling?
Nah, we're going to go ball, man. He's so competitive, man. He came out here to change the culture of everything, man. The way that, you know, the guys listen to him and the way we go out there and compete and without even, like, thinking twice, man, we go out there and dominate that team without even knowing that we don't have nothing to look for at the end of the year. But, you know, people got to get to places, you know, people got dreams to go to the NFL, so we're going to play for the seniors. And that's what it was, you know. He still took care of us, at the end of the season. But man, every day, man, it's just a grind. You know, everybody wanted to go to the big, you know, the big dance.
Right.
You know, that's for us. You know, it's NFL. You know, get to the next thing in life. But yeah, man, he changed the whole thing, man. To be honest, he changed me as a person too, because he took me underneath his wing to be a better, you know, father. Because I was going through, you know, having a kid at the same time when he came in too. So that made me go even harder too. And he told me I was going to be up for Heisman at the end of the year, and I was, but you know, I got hurt, so I was out of the count. I was top 5, but you know, that wasn't what the really key was. But you know, I wanted to learn from that season and just get better each year. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was.
You know, when I watched that season, when I play it back in my mind, man, I think of a number of different things, and I mean, I just remember watching you. It was a play, and I wonder, maybe did you guys play Wisconsin that year?
Who did we? That's back.
I think you guys played Wisconsin at home that year, and I remember a play, dude. It was like I was watching a fucking video game, to where you got the ball, you step back, you drop back like you were gonna pass it.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on in front of you, but then you all of a sudden had to run it. But then you stop back again and just darted like a 50-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, that was the Philly.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Bro, it was the craziest thing I had ever seen. And I'm like, God damn, how can somebody be a true life video game in real life?
What year was that?
Was that 12?
That had to be 12. That was the undefeated season in which Urban Meyer's first year, right?
Nah, because I think
that was a freshman year.
Your freshman year.
Was that his freshman year?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know, man. To be honest,
I remember we beat Wisconsin because we wore the
and I
the
told
red.
you, I told you going to the right. I mean,
bro, we used to this dude. We was real life playing video games on the field. Because at the time, you know, everything was just so crazy. Man, be like, hey man, you see that over there? Man, they play. We going this way, bro.
Yeah, I was just telling like if I wave my hand to the left, we going to the left, but the play's supposed to go to the right.
Right.
But he gave me so much freedom as a person, as an athlete. He let me do things that no other person can do.
Right.
So I took advantage of it. You know, I play backyard football. And that's how we get it in.
We were playing backyard football, bro.
Yeah. So man, that's the plays. You know, I remember, man. That was a freshman year.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how difficult was it your freshman year? Obviously, coming from high school, you won a bunch of games. You were able to dominate. But then, obviously, you get here. You're thrust in because we got Joe Bowserman,
Oh yeah,
who was
JoJo.
the quarterback
Big Joe.
at the time. How difficult was it to go from balling every week, then sitting behind Joe, and then obviously you getting a chance to do some great things individually, but you guys aren't winning a bunch of games that year.
Yeah, I'm still in the learning phase, man. I'm still young. I'm looking around like, man, I'm still trying to get the hang of classes around here too. Class, but I'm like, man, the class way over there. I'm trying to leave 5 minutes early. I'm still 5 minutes late.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, just learn behind him. Joe was cool, man. He always looked after me though.
Joe was old as hell too.
Man,
Oh,
Joe was old, bro. He back there and kicking it.
Right.
Hey, Joe, he was cool though. He was always cool. Kept a low head and all that stuff, man. He never got hot. He just played with the motions. He was just chilling.
What week was it that you had starting?
Man, I think that was
Like 3 or 4 or something
After
like that?
Nebraska, right?
Nah, I started in Nebraska.
Did you?
Yep. Miami. After Miami. Was it?
I was
After
suspended
third.
the first 6 games. So I
Man, I think I want to say after Miami, man. I want to say because that's when I came in second half, whatever. I got a couple snaps.
yeah.
Yep.
That's what's up. I know I don't want to move too far forward because I wanted to get into, you like he said, you had the 1 year where we went undefeated and you weren't even able to play that year. Well, so was it your second year that you guys lost to Miami? That's when you got hurt?
Nah, we went 12-0.
That was the year that was the year we went 12-0?
First year, that's when we was like
6 and 7.
Yeah, something like that.
So the second year they went 12-0. Then the following year, you guys had an opportunity to go to a national championship, but you guys lose the Big Ten championship game versus Michigan State.
Michigan State, yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember that.
That looked like it brought back some painful memories right there, man. That game.
Somebody just tweeted me the highlights the other day, man, about that. I had a run to the right. I've been talking to Evan for a little bit too, so I'm like, man, look at this, man. It was a good run though, man. It brings back memory like, damn, we could have won that game too, but it is what it is.
Nah, man, that's. I wish I took it as easy. It is what it is. When we got a chance to go to a national, shit, I went to 2 national championships
I know,
for Austin,
man.
and it pains me
Hey, what?
every time I think about it.
I know.
I wasn't even playing, and it bothered me. Cause I'm like, man, I'm a freshman. I'm about to give me a ring. I ain't played one down.
I know, man. But man, we slipped up at the last second, man, because we had a nice little drive.
Right.
Then I think it was like 3rd and like 2. I remember.
Mm-hmm.
They gave me an opportunity to get the ball, man, but I wanted to go to the left, but the play's going to the right. So I followed it. Then I got tripped up by somebody. Then I didn't even get the first down.
Right. That was the 4th down play, and I remember yelling at my TV, man, because obviously you could do some great things with the ball, but hell, we had a 235-pound running back there.
That's what I'm saying.
On a 1-yard play. Come on,
yeah,
now.
that's what I'm saying.
We ain't hardly even run the ball that much that game. I mean, hand it
not
off
for real.
to the, yeah.
Not for real. And be honest, everybody was to the right side, so I'm looking like, oh, man, please go like all of us to the left. I want to do it so bad,
Right.
but I just followed. Just followed the play.
Who was the offensive coordinator then?
Coach Herron. Yeah.
So you got a chance to play with a couple years with Coach Herron.
Yeah.
Yep. Obviously, we watched the offense kind of look so much better when we go back and we digest, the Urban Meyer era. Some of the best times that we've seen, Coach Herron was at the helm of the offense.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
How creative was he and the offensive play calls, and how much freedom did he have, not only for you, but a lot of the guys on the offense?
Man, he know how to make plays for guys that know how to make plays. I'll tell you that right now. Hey, the way he prepared for a game, man, I prepare like that for my exams. Hey, he is a mastermind for real. That's why he wins, and that's where he's at right now. Because he's a wizard, man. He taught me a lot too, and he draws up so much stuff, man. I used to sometimes I might miss class, to be honest, and go up there and just hang out with him and just learn the game plan.
I mean, you can say that now.
Yeah. Hey, you know, back then you know what I mean? But yeah, I used to sit class, man, go out there with Coach Herron, man, learn the plays and just learn from him, man, just being a man, to be honest. And he was great at what he did, man, prepared the way he did and how he allowed the players around him to make plays for him. And he was, he was like, he's good for like the athletes, you know what I'm saying? Because athletes want to play for him because he's like, you know what I'm saying? He's outgoing, he gets you hype, all that stuff, and he lets you be yourself.
Players coach.
Yeah, players coach.
Man, and you always love somebody that you can relate to, that's going to be creative, that's going to put you in a better situation. You appreciate that as a player. I'm sure you guys did. After that 2013 season, you obviously have surgery at the end of the year, right?
Yep.
And that what leads into the situation that happened in training camp to where you kind of, I don't know what it is, that was it a labrum tear that you had?
Labrum.
How devastating and difficult of a time was that for you? Because here you are, I mean, a guy that is rightfully so supposed to win a Heisman.
2-time Big Ten Player of the Year, right?
Back to back, yeah.
Yeah, back-to-back Big Ten Player of the Year. A guy that's supposed to win a Heisman was probably labeled as one of the top 3 guys in college football going into the year as well. I mean, how difficult and tough was that to deal with that injury and to know that it was going to be season-ending?
It was tough, man, because, I wanted to go to the elite after my 3rd year.
Right.
Yeah, because, I just wanted to get there because I had a son.
Right.
I think I was doing pretty well enough to, get to where I wanted to be, and that's why I wanted to leave early and get to, get to the league and stuff because I've been hearing a lot of good things, and I've turned in my papers, and it was like, 2nd round, early 3rd type deal. So I'm like, man, I'm out. And, so that's when it happened, man. And, the Lord had a different path for me, you know what I mean? Right. So he put me down, made me, change my position and able me to come up with something that I probably would never came up with if I was still playing quarterback to this day. And, it's my brand charging, it's for the kids and stuff.
Right.
And that's when I made that when I was going through that long situation, man, the whole year, because I had to sit out a whole year for my shoulder, rehabbing and all that stuff. But I had to really dive into what really matters to me and find myself and just being a football player each and every day. So I found that, man, that's what brings joy, and that's my other passion too, for the kids and giving back and stuff like that. And I say if I was quarterback, man, I probably wouldn't be able to, doing what I'm doing right now with the brand and stuff, because I probably never would have came up with it because I had to recharge my whole body, and that's how I came up with the whole name, the whole gig.
Charging.
Yeah, so it was tough, but it was a learning process too. But it came out for the better though.
Right.
That transition from quarterback to receiver, man. Just talk about that.
And what went into it? I mean, was it the fact that I can't play this year because I still need to recover, or what?
Yeah. So I was talking to Dr. Andrews, man. Me and him was tight. He used to FaceTime me. Hey, man, you doing your rehab? I'm like, nah, man. I'm at the crib with my sling on. I'm supposed to be at the rehab, but I took a whole year off, man. So I was taking my time. So I got back.
Dr. Andrews.
Dr. Andrews is a beast. Yeah.
Did he ever cut on you?
Yeah, it did.
He cut on me. He didn't cut on everybody. Shout out to Dr. Andrews.
Dr. Andrews, man. But yeah, it's a whole long process, man. So I got back throwing, but it wasn't how I wanted to be as a quarterback, man. Because I was coming back. I was coming back stronger than ever before, but the ball wasn't traveling where it needed to go. So it was like, took the farthest distance I was doing like 45 yards. 45 to say 35.
Right.
To be honest, probably like more on the 35 side. And that's why I was telling Coach Meyer, man, like, hey, Coach, I'm back to full strength. Rehab 6 months. That's the whole process of come back from labrum tear. I'm on the 8th month. Like, I'm like, hey, I still can't throw 35 yards. Like, so I'm thinking like, what's the best decision for myself going into the the next year? What I want to do as a person to get to where I need to go to the NFL. So I'm like, man, I'm about to go back to my old days, man. Back when I'm playing little league, middle school, all that stuff. Just mess around with different positions. And that's what I told him, like, hey, Coach, hey, to be honest, I don't think I can play quarterback next year. And, he was upset. He wanted me to play quarterback. He wanted to be his guy. But we came to an understanding, like, hey, this is not going to get the job done for the team, the best interest. We're not going to win a championship for me throwing 35 yards. Like, that's not me. And plus, he was a receiver coach at Notre Dame. So I told him, like, hey, Coach, I'm thinking about playing receiver. He's like, and his whole perspective changed about everything. I told him, please teach me how to play receiver. And we did that. Did it on our own time. So, like, nobody even know. We was in the Woody, like, 5 o'clock in the afternoon when everybody go home and stuff. And he stays and teach me how to get ready for receiver and stuff.
That's crazy.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot go in, man. It's a lot.
Now that I think about it, man, at one time y'all had yourself, Cordell,
Yeah.
and JT all in the. Was Kenny Gayton there at the same time too?
KG was.
Or did KG leave?
He was gone
He was
before
gone.
the 13. He was.
But
13.
still, you had
Yeah.
all that. Like,
Yeah.
what was that like, man? Like,
It was
all that
hard. It was hard, man, because it got so much athleticism in one team. So it's like Cardell was saying, like, he need 5 touches, he need 5,
Yeah.
he need 6, and he need 10. Like, it's really like it's ridiculous, man. It's like, plus we had to rotate. Like, we had too many athletes on the field at the same time, so it was kind of tough. But it was easy for us to go out there and dominate. We'd be done before like halftime. Like, I'd be sitting on the sideline chilling.
But how frustrating was it though when you got in those situations to where, you know what, you didn't get the ball 5, 6, 7, 8 times in a game, and I mean here you are making a position change. You're used to being a guy when you are playing. You're touching the ball every single play.
Yeah.
So was it hard to like, damn man, I want the ball a little bit more? I mean, were you going to coach saying, hey man, draw something up for me to touch this ball so I can create these magical moments like we all just saw you do versus Virginia Tech?
Ooh,
Yeah,
I was
sir.
gonna bring that up too.
The spinny.
Hey, before the season, he told me, like, this is going to be your game right here, and I'm going to put you back up in that Heisman race. Even though, Heisman is good, but, I want to be healthy, man. I just want to be healthy again because that's my main goal. In the first game, Monday night, everybody watching, we prepared like no other. Me and him, just me and him together. Like, nobody even know this story. Like, we spent so much time together, man. It's ridiculous because I really didn't know how to play receiver, to be honest, and he helped me to be where I'm at today.
Right.
Thank him to Coach Meyer for sure. But it was tough, man. I come out on the field like, man, I could have got the ball, man. I could have done something with it. But you always got that. You always got that competitive in you, though. But you got to be a team player. It's a team sport.
Right.
Yep.
Y'all had a hell of a receiver room too. I mean,
it was crazy.
Y'all had so much talent on that team that year, man. It was just y'all did some great things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That V-Tech changed my whole life, though. For sure. Everybody still talk that to the day.
I mean, that's one of the greatest plays that you can
Man,
instantly
what?
go back to, and you're watching a guy hit a 360 spin and don't break stride, bro. I've never seen no shit like that in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking like Reggie Bushes of the world. We
Right.
ain't seen that happen
Yeah.
before.
But that bigs up to Coach Meyer, man, Coach Herman, because they allowed me to be myself.
Right.
They didn't hold nothing back. They just go out there and just let me be myself without even asking questions. Like, hey, Coach, am I able, like, let me dive in the end zone, do all crazy type of stuff like that. You know what I mean? So he was hyped. He was waiting for me to come off the field like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Coach Meyer, yeah, he love that stuff.
Now, I mean, you obviously speak highly of him, so you guys clearly have a great relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, was it difficult, or did you see it coming when he decided to step down and retire?
Yeah, man. We've been talking about it, for the family's sake, everything, man, his health, because that's a big thing. Because he loves his family, he loves his kids, and he really hasn't had the time to actually like take time from football to be like a full-time dad.
Right.
And especially for his head and his headaches and all that stuff. We've been talking about that, and he always told me like before that he wanted to see his son grow to be someone great, and it's a great cause for him to come step down and still be the man around there, but he don't got all that stress on his back.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's tough. I mean, we all obviously, as fathers and as people, we want a chance to spend times with our family. And
Yeah.
Urban Meyer is going to be labeled as one of the greatest coaches to ever coach college football. I mean,
Oh, yeah, for
period,
sure.
point blank.
Yep.
So for him to be able to step back and to be able to,
Mhm.
let me still be in a high row at Ohio
Yeah.
State, but let me spend some more time with my family. You
Yeah.
committed me because you got these coaches nowadays. I mean, that's what they eat, sleep,
Yeah.
and breathe.
They
is
do it till they
football.
drop.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With him, retiring. I mean, obviously, I understand the family thing and the health conditions. Do you think he could ever come back and coach?
Man, to be honest, I don't
You
think
know,
that-
he's competitive. you know how it is when you walk away from something that you love so much.
I
know what I'm
think
saying?
I think he's gonna be that guy to be around to tell him how to do it, to help him out, but he ain't gonna be the head guy. You know what I mean? He don't want that label. I don't think he's he don't want to be.
So you saying if that Notre Dame job come open in a couple
Nah, he ain't
years,
going nowhere, man. He gonna be right here.
and they offer him,
Nah,
big money, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Regine Smith. He good. He walking around. He's still the man.
Right.
He good. I ain't leaving nowhere if I'm him.
Yeah,
not at all.
There's no way I would go to Notre Dame.
No,
either.
no
Yeah,
way.
I'm just
rebuild
saying.
that shit so much. I mean, it's too
I just
much
remember,
over there.
I mean, when he left, with Florida, I think he said two of his schools was Ohio State and Notre Dame. You know what I mean, you just never know. I'm just throwing it out there.
And Notre Dame is one of those, but they ain't shit, man. Come on.
Yeah, you're right. I get it.
Actually, I mean, real quick, we're gonna talk about a whole bunch of things today.
Yeah.
But talk about what you got going on, man, and who you got here today with this. This is chicken. This is vegan chicken.
I'm glad
with
y'all
Eden burger.
Plant-based.
Shit's
I'm
good.
glad
too.
y'all finally talking about it because I need one.
Yeah, these my guys from Edinburgh, man, because,
One of you guys, come on, step in, man. Don't be shy.
come on in, brothers. Introduce yourself, everything. Let the podcast fans know what's going on. And can you hear?
My name's Sebastian,
And I'm Chad.
and we brought some nuggets for you guys to try today. They're made out of tempeh, organic ingredients. We've got a location in Columbus near the Short North and campus. You can check us out. Just look for Eden Burger online.
Yeah, I've been going to that restaurant, man, for a couple weeks, maybe like a month and a half, honestly. And just go down there, just hang out, and just get the vegan food. Cause sometimes, man, I don't like eating the Chick-fil-A's of the world. Sometimes I like to go out there and eat clean, like still nugget, but the burger and all that stuff, man, it's good for your body, nutrition wise. So, man, I just hit them up like, man, I think we got an opportunity here to, be bigger than what y'all is right now. And, I brought it to them last week and stuff like that. But, I just put it in their ear, put a bug in it. And because I love their food a lot. They getting a lot of traffic there and all that stuff. So that's why I brought them here.
That's a beautiful thing, man. I know right now the direction the world is going in. I mean, I know people are trying to go plant-based. And obviously you guys got a very good product here. I tasted it. I'm not a vegan guy, but I mean, it's pretty good. I can order that at the menu. And, how convenient is it to have? Are you guys more like fast fooders or sit down? Or how convenient would it be to, just a casual person who wants to think about going vegan?
We're definitely pretty much as casual as it gets. Mm-hmm. You walk in, you order at the counter, pop a squat, and 5 to 8 minutes later, your food comes out.
Fast casual.
Yeah, our whole goal is to make it as accessible and convenient as possible. The world's definitely moving in the direction of plant-based diets, but I think there are a lot of hesitations or barriers people perceive, whether it's the taste or maybe thinking they have to give up, the burgers, fries, milkshakes, all the things that you kind of consider staples in your diet. We're just trying to create something of equal or better value that has a more sustainable supply chain behind it, and it's a little bit healthier. So we want to make it so that regardless of your dietary preference, vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, you eat everything that's in front of you, whatever it is, nice. We want it to be able to be a place, we're not there shoving it down people's throat that if you don't fit into this category or this diet, you can't eat here. The goal is to just make, the best food we can and feed people with good, clean energy for sure.
Now, you guys just have the one location there on campus?
Right now, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Right now.
We're gonna
grow this thing.
That's what our dear friend Braxton, that bug he put in our ear. Our plan from the beginning has definitely been to grow this thing as big as it can grow.
Right.
And if we could be the vegan McDonald's, boy oh boy would that be great. That's always been the plan, and we kind of been working towards that, saving money, and with Braxton coming by, we definitely see an opportunity to merge our business model with some of his access to resources and foot in the door. I mean, we're here right now. You guys are I didn't have this on my schedule at this time last week, but we are here now. So we're just trying to see what we can get going to not only improve our community. Columbus, he's from Springfield, doing a lot of great things over there with his Kids Center and some other projects he's got rolling. So, we're just trying to do right by the community and hopefully scale this thing as big as it can go.
Oh man, certainly it's a beautiful thing. Obviously, we all like variety, and if I can get something healthy up in me pretty quick,
That tastes good.
that tastes good.
Man.
I mean, it's nothing worse than getting something healthy and like, damn, I don't feel like
You need
eating
to try
this.
that burger though, man.
I know, that was a big thing. Of course, when people think vegan, you're thinking kale and quinoa bowls,
Right.
Oh,
which
yeah.
which is fair, and I don't mind them. They're okay. But of course, when you first transition, so much of it is about what can I eat, what do I got to give up, and I think we're trying to be here to show people that you don't have to give anything up. Just walk into a slightly different restaurant.
So Eden Burger.
Eden Burger.
Check it out.
Check 'em
Location
out.
again?
It is about 2 blocks south of campus, like 5th and High, around at 8th and High by the Kroger.
Oh, you got
So
a
just
perfect location
just
too.
south of the Gateway for sure.
Social media. Social media.
Social media at Edenburger C-Bus on IG, Twitter, Facebook.
Y'all go follow them.
It's definitely popping off right now, so hop on the
Yeah.
bandwagon and let's take this thing to the top.
Certainly appreciate you guys
Yeah,
bringing
thank you very
bringing the
much.
grub and coming on the show for a little bit. Braxton, thank you for the plug, man.
Oh yeah, no doubt,
Definitely,
man.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks.
So, but diving back into to what you got going on, obviously this is one of them. You talk about charging. What else you got going on off the football field? And we're going to get into obviously talking about back to football, but I want to know what else you got going on off the football field. It's always an interest of mine to understand a guy's mental state outside of the sport because so many times people get wrapped up in football, basketball, whatever that sport is. You don't get a chance to venture out into other things. And obviously you seem to be a guy that has done that.
I say, man, this happened, man, because at a young age, man, that's when I had my son, and that's when everything started changing for me mentally. That's when I started thinking for other things outside of being a football player. And praise God for that for sure. Because that's the thing in my life that I'm passionate about is kids and stuff now. So start with my brand. I made that. Say, when I was going through that dark time, transition to a receiver from quarterback. That's why I came with charging. And so right now, man, I've been available to grow it for, say, 6 years. 6 years now, and started like really go how I really want to go. And so now, a lot of ASU teams starting to hit me up to rock the brand. The volleyball girls are starting to hit me up to rock the brand. And now I got a teen center back home, my home city. About to redo the whole gymnasium and charging, the whole basement into charging. Putting the kiosks, charging kiosks down there, painting in my colors, putting a computer lab down there and all that stuff. And what else we doing? About to come out with a flag league for charging for the kids and stuff because
Sweet.
you know how I-9 is,
Right.
so it's gonna be like charging league just like that for kids and stuff because all the kids come to the camp and stuff. Man, last year it was overflowing, and I had let like 100 kids in for free because it just popping up out of nowhere. So it was like 800 kids, man. So
You don't want to turn them away. I mean,
yeah, I didn't want to turn away. I said, "Come on, man. That's a passion." So some of the guys, some of the parents asked me, "Can I do like a little flag league for the kids and stuff?" They like the way I do my camp, so they want to transition to a flag league in the spring too. So we're working on that right now. That's going to launch here soon. And finally, they got a head designer, man. Just flew him in from London. He was out there for Fashion Week, and everybody knows who he was and stuff. And they was trying to get his contact and all that stuff, but he was telling like, "Nah, I'm here for Braxton and charging only." So man, yeah, yeah.
Oh, so you big time.
Hey, I ain't get to tell you this though yet, but I'm gonna show you though. I'm gonna show you. So like everything's starting to flow in the right direction, man. Because I had to hire somebody because there's a lot of inquiries, man, for the rocking the brand and rocking the.
We know how you are fashionable.
Yeah.
So y'all, I know you want your stuff.
Yeah. I'll show you.
Yeah.
Got the jumpsuits. So it's like 150 girl volleyball AU squad. It's like 50 AU kids. What else we got, man? It's just a lot with that, and just thankful for as you look at the injury, man. I thought it was a bad situation, but now, as I think it's a beautiful thing because I'm able to get back, make more sense of my passion and my purpose in life to get back to the kids.
Right.
Just being a football player 24/7, not leaning on nothing at the end of the day. So that was one of my greatest gifts, man. My son. That's what made me do it.
Right.
And so another thing, man. So I got the Modi app. So
Modi?
Yeah, Modi.
Okay. Explain what that is.
Yeah, man, you have to check it out, man, because it's hard to explain.
I've been seeing it, but I'm glad you're here so you could explain it, man.
Yeah. So it's like the number 3 encrypted app in the world right now. It's behind iMessage. So we just had an article on Forbes the other
Oh, that boy on Forbes.
man, I just be chilling, man. You know?
Yeah, you just chilling, all right.
So it was on Forbes. We got an article about that. I'm gonna show y'all. And my guy, Michael Giuliano, I was telling you about. He's my mentor right now, and we brought him on for the CEO job, and now he's doing a lot more things that that we hadn't imagined right now. So everything's moving fast in that situation too. It's like so if you need like coaching with somebody, say like a fan want to get in touch with me, but the only way to get in touch with me is through this app, and they can pay for the time.
Mm-hmm.
Say like a minute be like they can pay like $1 a minute, $2 a minute, and
So it
stuff
makes you
like
accessible to certain people you necessarily wouldn't
that.
have access to.
Yeah, it would.
That's dope,
Yep.
man. That's a dope concept.
It wouldn't be wasting your time too, because you're making money on the phone call too. So
Right.
they allow you to accept the phone call and allow them to record and put it into they phone the phone book and stuff, so y'all can agree to the same aspect of things, that you're gonna record it, you're gonna pay me $2 a minute type
Right.
deal, and y'all can just talk. Hey man, biggest fan. How you doing today? Stuff like this. Ask questions, stuff
Right.
like that. So
You got any promo discount codes?
not right now, man. I gotta.
I mean, if I got 25 minutes on the phone, I gotta pay you $25, man.
That's actually a dope concept, man. Just think about when you have fans in different, not even just sports, but from just all walks of life. I mean, from a celebrity, an actor, comedian. If you can have access to those guys and just tell them how much you appreciate them through an app, man,
It's
that's
a lot of stuff though.
That's
My
an amazing
portfolio
concept
right now, man. It's just a lot. We could talk about this for a whole hour. I'm just gonna
Right.
get a couple things. So my charging brand, the Modi app, and what else I want to talk about? I gotta look at my portfolio.
Hey, I know you got a whole bunch. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to ask you. I mean, obviously you're becoming a young entrepreneur. You're doing a lot of great things off the field. How hard is that for you to juggle all that? Being a great father, getting ready for having off season, training off season, being an entrepreneur. How hard is it to juggle all of this?
It do get schedule kind of get packed a little bit, but when it do get like that, man, I take time at the end of the night, man, when I tuck my little man in the bed, and when it's quiet time, I like to spend time with myself and my own thoughts, and at least for like an hour, in like stillness, just to chill, read a book, or just just sit there and just quiet and just think, you know what I mean? So that's how we flush and get ready for the next day, and set my schedule up just like that.
Diving back into sports, man, I want to dive back into football a little bit, because this is a situation that really interests me, man. When you look at the fact that, we got Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's a 5'9", 5'8" quarterback, athletic as hell, take off and run.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously can pass the ball with the best of them. But if this was 5 years ago, just 5 years ago, maybe even 10 years ago, there would be no talk of Kyler Murray being a first-round quarterback, because the first thing that would come to mind is he's too small.
Yeah.
The second thing is, he's too athletic, so maybe we got to switch this guy to receiver. And the question that I have for you is, one, what are your thoughts on Kyler Murray? Obviously, he went out and won a Heisman. He's a great athlete. But most importantly is, if you were the quarterback that you were a couple of years ago now, would you continue being a quarterback for your NFL career? Especially with the climate that it's in, because now we're talking about GM saying, you know what, we don't care about the short quarterback. We don't care about the athletic guy. We're tailoring our offenses to fit his strengths.
And they paying.
I mean, when I go back, man, I think about it, man. I was really confident in me just going in and just being a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I never second guess myself at all. And so I see what they did with Lamar Jackson, man. They doubted him to the person that, like, hey, man, the way to make it to the NFL, you're gonna have to change your position. But he beat the odds, man. He bet on himself, and that's what he did. That's what it's opinions.
Mm-hmm.
They might be opinions, but they ain't gonna be facts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm still be a quarterback if I was still be playing college.
I mean, that's it's just crazy to me. And mind blowing.
It's crazy.
The fact that all of a sudden, now that we got these new young hot coaches
I know.
coming in the league,
whole culture
yeah,
changing.
Exactly, the whole culture is changing in the way that they view these guys. Now you got guys like Bill Poley and John Gruden saying we don't care if they under 6 feet. I mean, if these guys can throw and run, we're gonna take them.
Bill Polian, he helped me out a lot.
Did he?
Because I was getting ready to come out that year when I got hurt. He used to come up here and help me out to get ready for the combine stuff on his own.
So when you were still a quarterback,
yeah, he used to help
dope.
me go on the board, like say after practice or something. Like I want to stay late. He coming up. I don't know why he's up there, but this is one of the reasons why he came up there to just get me ready, prepared for, for the draft and stuff. So we took time, man, out of the day, and he just sat me down. I did a whole little 50 questionnaire about how you want to get prepared for the combine and stuff, and we got on the board, did things and stuff like that. It was hard, man. I struggled a lot. I ain't gonna lie, because that stuff was tough.
But they throwing a lot at you at such a
the quarterback
different time. I mean, you got to be able to digest and recite whatever it is that's in the playbook like that.
Yeah,
you ain't got time for slip ups and am I supposed to go here? Not at the next level anyway.
Yeah.
The quarterback position is tough as it is because you got to know what everybody doing.
Right.
It's so you got to be smart.
It's fun though, longevity, but for me, I was not longevity enough. I was getting injured left and right, man. I don't know what it was, but
that's all. Hey, injuries. That's a part of the game.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of these kids need to know, that it's not just no walk in the park.
Right. Not at all, man. That'd be durable.
We look at going back to the Kyler Murray. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Good.
Going back to Kyler Murray. This is a guy that obviously won a Heisman Trophy.
Yeah.
He's talked about as being a first-round draft pick at the quarterback position, but he also has a baseball contract that's already guaranteed him $4 or $5 million. If you're in this situation, in Kyler Murray's situation, you're saying, you know what, I can go to the MLB or I can go and live this dream of being an NFL quarterback. Well, both is his dream because obviously he was drafted at one as well. What decision are you making? Considering we just saw yesterday a guy get $300 million guaranteed over 10 years, man.
Money, 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 money.
Get the wrench. But man, Deion Sanders did it, but he's a quarterback, so I don't know. He really gotta choose between, the one that he really loved and the one he loved. But I would have picked. To be honest, I would have picked baseball. Man. Less injuries to deal with.
Right.
You chilling, man. It's not that bad.
Go ahead, tell us what you going to say, Bean.
Yeah, man. I'm probably picking baseball too. And obviously it's different for everybody. I mean, depending on your love for that game, but. Hell, man, you got a guy. You got the clip, the Manny Machado clip. Listen to this right here, and this is what really, sparks my interest. And I'm gonna play it real quick before I'm just play it. I mean, this shit is crazy.
Garcia, long throw, and Machado's not running. Didn't hustle.
There was a ball the other night. You didn't run hard. So how would you explain it? What happened?
I mean, honestly, Kenny, I'm not the type of player that's gonna be Johnny Hustle and run down the line and slide to first base. That's just not my personality. That's not my cup of tea. That's not who I am.
That's a clip we got from Fox Sports, but that's not who I am. I'm not a hustler. I'm not going to be the guy that slide.
How much that man get?
They get this motherfucker $300 million. How many is that? $300 million, and he's talking about I'm not a hustler. I ain't the type of guy that's going to bust my ass, essentially.
$300.
Yeah. That shit is mind-blowing to me because we can't do that in the sport that we play.
No.
And it's guaranteed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no qualms about he's going to get that money.
Man, he can get cut 2 years from now. You know what he going to be doing? Collecting that check.
So that's why I'm going baseball, because you got guys that
I used to love baseball, but it's just like it's a slow sport for me at the time. And I want to go fast.
And another thing I would say about baseball, especially in Ohio, like I think in bigger states like Texas and Florida, I think they get a lot more and a lot more opportunity. Than up here up north, because out there you can play baseball all year round. Around here, you can only play baseball when it's warm out.
Yeah.
And I mean, another thing that I was thinking about, I was on Twitter and I was chiming back and forth with Romeo Travis. Me and Romeo Travis went to St. Vincent St. Mary, plays basketball overseas, played with LeBron in high school. we grew up in the same project. And in our project housing, there was there was not a football field. There was a field out back to where everybody used to play football at. So I'm talking from the time I'm 4 years old. This is where I'm going out and playing football. And he brought up something. I brought up something. He was like, man, I wish I would have played baseball. And obviously this is a guy, he's been playing pro ball now for probably 10, 12 years, basketball. And he said, I wish I would have played baseball. And then I'm like, hell, Rome, I wish we would have been playing baseball in that field instead of football.
Right.
And then he came back and was like, I wish we would have too, but you realize baseball is so much more expensive than football or basketball, especially when you grow up in the hood and you grow up in a lower income situation, because you got to go buy a bat, you got to go buy a baseball, you got to go buy a glove. And those things necessarily, when you grow up where we grew up, we didn't have the money to go out and do that. And he also said, we played football sometimes, but not even the real football. So, I mean, this is how it was growing up in that time period. Or not even that time period. This is how this is growing up in the hood, because I'm sure there's still kids to this day that grow up in those situations that don't have that outlet. And this is, in my mind, why I see a lack thereof of black individuals in baseball. Obviously, there's some, and obviously there's a bunch of you got Dominican guys, people
foreign
from
guys,
foreign individuals. But I mean, what's your take on that? Do you think baseball is underserved in urban communities, and is it because of the expense, how expensive it is?
Yeah, man. When I grew up, all the thing we did, we used to play street ball. We played street ball, go in the backyard and play some basketball. I mean, there was rarely any baseball going on the south side where I'm from. And so, I mean, I had to go to the north side. My dad took me out there for T-ball and all that stuff out there on the north side. But on the south, when I come back on the south, like, it's nothing like that. It's different. It's definitely a difference, man, for sure. Because I don't never see nobody really into the baseball category of sports where I grew up at.
Right.
So it's different, man. Yeah, it's definitely a time of day. Like, it's different. Like, you know, coming from, you know, on the south side with all the people that I grew up with, man. All we think about is just looking up to, you know, Randy Mosses, you know what I'm saying, Chris Carter, all them guys, but baseball wasn't shown on TV.
Yeah. So you got the center back home, man. I'm telling you right now, find whoever.
Hey,
get them to donate some baseball, some bats, and some mitts. Because I mean,
it was fun though. It was real fun.
I mean, it's super fun when you're playing the game, and then you think about it, Braxton. This is how they're judged in baseball. I don't know if you know this either, Boom. They're judged off. Obviously, you got to be able to hit the ball.
Right.
If you can hit and you can run 60 yards fast as hell, which I'm sure you can run 60 yards fast.
If you
can run,
all they want you to do is steal bases.
Little kids back in the hood gonna be able to go play baseball because they can run 60 yards fast as hell.
Man, what?
That's my next thing. I'm gonna get an AAU baseball team.
Exactly, man. I want to drop that bug
man,
to you, man.
Hey, soon as I seen this contract, I text this dude. I said, Beans, make your sons play baseball, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got to figure out a way where the kids around here, I guess, could just play all year round, man. Because it's too
play in general, man. It's another
in
sport.
general,
It's another avenue to be able to, you know, have an outlet too.
You ever thought about opening up a gym?
I haven't.
Yeah,
I haven't at all. Yeah, never even thought about opening up a gym. I hate working out, man.
For real, yeah.
I do. I hate working out with a passion, man. Hey, hell with a gym. I ain't gonna drag me to get into a gym.
Dude was God-given, man.
What you do? I mean, what you been doing lately?
Hey, granted, I take nothing away from my brother because he talented and he worked hard. But
I worked my ass off when I got to. I'm gonna work my tail off.
Yeah. But listen, that boy will skip a set on you though. Hey, we on the bench. Hey, Beans, we got hit. Oh man, I'm out, man.
Hey, that's what it is to the day, man. Like, I don't go that hard. I take care of my body though, for sure.
Right. I'm gonna go run though.
Yeah, run.
I'm gonna go run all day long.
Yeah,
I mean, that's one thing. We gotta run some stadium steps. We gotta run some gases and all that.
That's why
my wind gonna be good. But in the weight room, man.
I know. Yeah, that's what it was.
He 225, 230 running 4'3", 6'4".
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, man, that's funny, man. but man,
that's real life.
Man, it is, man.
I be thinking about that myself too. Like, man, these sets, like, especially with Coach Mick, he got me together with all, you know, strength, speed, and all that stuff. But man, like, he's a tough trainer.
I can believe
it. We hear about it all the time.
Yeah, he get you right, man.
It's a whole nother level.
Oh, it's a whole nother level. Like, I'm thinking like, we're going in there like for an hour, man. We're going in there for like 2. Man, I'm like, oh man, I'm looking at the time, like, man, it's time to go, man.
But
what else can we do?
B,
huh?
You know what? You could tell from the difference. You could just look at the team and tell the difference from the time when I was in school and from the time when you was in school, I mean, even the linemen, y'all linemen was looking lean, you know what I'm saying? Like in shape, like looking like all the linemen looking like tight ends up front. You know what I'm saying? Like crazy.
Yep. Max, what's been your process in the league? Obviously, you were drafted by the Texans. You had some success there. You were able to play, but then you obviously get released and you go to Philadelphia. What's that process been like for you? And has it been that hard of a transition for you to be able to, fully make that transition from quarterback to wide receiver, not just in college, but at the next level?
Nah, man, it's not even that. That thing is just the whole. I know people don't even know about. I mean, everybody know about it. It's the politics.
Right.
It comes on with the with the franchises and stuff like that, with the coaches. So it's tough, man. It's very it's not what I came from Ohio State. It's very different. Very different.
No
very
question.
different. It's I can get deeper, but man. It's like you can be in the locker room with somebody, man. You be close for like the whole time through camp, rookie season, then he's gone the next day.
Right.
I mean, so it's different, man. It's like you can't really get in the rhythm like you want to be able to be the player that you want to be. I feel like, and the chances that I got, man, I took advantage of for sure. Every chance that I got, man. I made plays every chance that I got. But it's transition between different GMs, coaches changes and all that stuff, man. So somebody don't agree with it, everybody got to agree with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's different, man. It's the nature of the beast, though, man. It's
It's
tough.
business.
How you like Philly, man?
I love Philly a lot, man. It's the atmosphere, the coaching.
Yeah.
They laid back. They let me be myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can go out there and be myself. You know what I mean? When the music playing, I can.
Y'all be vibing.
Yeah, we vibe.
Big Millie out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
any dirt bike shit? Any willies or anything?
Nah, I gotta wait till that contract. You know? Catch you doing that, you know what I mean? We're gonna find you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it, man. I like the atmosphere, the locker room, and everybody's cool. Everybody ain't got no ego over there, so it's solid. I like it a lot. It's closer to home too.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people don't realize. Once you get at the next level, it is more of a business. And you may be a better player, but because somebody was drafted in a certain spot, or because the coach or the GM is pushing a certain player, they're going to get the opportunity because that's their guy. And
it was hard for me, man.
I can imagine.
It was hard. It was definitely hard because I know what I can do and I believe in myself. I know what I can do. Like, I've been doing it for, all my life. I've been playing football since I was 5.
Hey.
And I never took a step back until I got to the big league. I'm like, hold on now. I really got to understand what's going on here and take a step back. And then now I see.
Because it's certainly not, the physical ability. We all know that you have that. And just even in general, from once you make that transition to the league, I mean, people talk so much about the speed of the game, but it's not physical speed in which they're talking about. It's mental speed because you got to be able to, like I said, digest a playbook and recite whatever it is that's in that playbook on the field without thinking. You got to go be able to do that, and that allows you to play full speed. And sometimes people may be behind that learning curve, and you're thinking out there on the football field, that allows you to play slow.
Yeah, so it used to stress me out a lot, man. The first 2 years, man, I wanted to be somebody that I want to be the best.
Right.
Everybody want to be the best, but I was putting time in the off season. Like, I was working hard. Like right now, man, I'll be in LA right now running hills with my trainer. But I really got to take a step back. Like, understand you really got to slow it down a little bit to build up to the season and camp.
Right.
But
you got to rest that body, man.
Yeah. And I used to let it get to me, man. I used to let it really get to me, man. Like, cause I know myself for what the capabilities I'm able to do. But it used to get to me bad. Like, I used to be stressful. It used to be stressful, man. Like, I had my dad come out there and live with me. You know what I'm saying?
Pops.
I had Pops come out there and live with me because it was tough, man. I had a vent.
Yeah.
I had somebody to vent to. But I'm blessed, man. Able to get to the league. That's my dream, man. I've been manifesting that since I was little, so I got to where I need to be, and I'm learning from it, and I'm still good. I'm straight. I'm blessed.
But you play with some phenomenal players. I mean, when you look at the national championship team that you were a part of, you guys had a who's who on that roster. I mean, how close are you guys to this day? Do you talk to most of those guys currently, or is it like everybody does their own thing? They playing now in the league, and they got their own families essentially.
Man, to be real, we texting right now in the group chat.
Yeah.
Big Chase, he sent a little message of, like a little Bible scripture today. It was like me, Ryan, Duran, Kurt, Devin, who else is in that? Other guys that I came in with.
Right.
I still talk to other guys that I play with too, for sure.
That's dope, man. It's always I always love to see guys still continue those relationships once they go beyond Ohio State, because I always said, I mean, I would get friends that would be mad at me back home. Because I was closer to the guys I was in college with than I am to them. But, I mean, it's a major difference between growing up with somebody and becoming a man with somebody.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
And when you're at Ohio State in college, you're becoming a man at that point in time with individuals, man. So it's good to see.
Yeah, going through the same process.
Yep, definitely.
Yep.
You got something else, man? We're gonna get him out of here real soon. It's been enlightening, man. I always love hearing from guys. Any other questions you got for our man Braxton?
I mean, I think we pretty much hit on everything. I am glad to see that you're doing well, B. You always been my little dude, man. I know we talk, pretty often, a couple of times a month. Glad to see things you're doing with charging. Just tell everybody, make sure that they know about everything that you got going on. Man, my encouraging word to you is, you might not be happy with your situation, where you at with your team or whatever it may be, but man, just keep on pushing, man. That opportunity gonna come. You know what you got. You talented, man. You great father, great man on and off the field. Just keep going.
Hey,
man.
And play as long as you can.
Yeah.
Play till they kick you out that mother.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this. I mean, it's good money outside of your football, but ain't nothing like that football check coming in on a regular basis. That's the easiest. To me, that's the easiest money I've ever made in my life is playing football, because it was something that came easy to us. So play as long as you can, man.
Oh yeah.
Another thing about you is that you're smart. So you're not a guy that B don't be in the clubs, B don't be in no crazy cars. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be fresh though. You know what I'm saying? His gear gonna be up to date. You know what I'm saying? So just keep doing your thing, man. Proud of you. We thank you again for coming on the show, man. Shout out to your people coming on today.
Eat a burger. Check them out.
Yeah, Eat a Burger.
Not Eat a Burger, Eating Burger, man.
Eating Burger. Sounds like Eating Burger. But anything else you wanna?
Nah, man.
Shout outs or
I mean, everybody that care for me, man. I love y'all, man. Appreciate all the fans, supporting me throughout the years at Ohio State, still to this day. I appreciate y'all inviting me today, man.
No doubt,
I cleared up my schedule, man, because past couple weeks I'm trying to come up here, but
Right.
I've been traveling and doing a whole bunch of other stuff, and the time is right, man. Appreciate y'all.
No doubt, man.
Be back soon for sure.
For sure.
That's a wrap on the Beanie and the Boone podcast.
Yeah.
So tune in.